Hey everyone. Okay, so first off, I I know that I start my videos with apologies like a lot, but today I'm apologizing because I sound really bad, and that is because I'm getting over a cold, like a really, really bad cold that has lasted almost 2 weeks at this point. Um, but I'm starting to feel much better, and also, even though I still sound like this, I just really missed making videos, so I really wanted to go ahead and make one. Um, I unfortunately have been having issues breathing because of all the nose stuff that's going on, so it could be that I fail halfway through this video and I have to record it some other day. But anyway, I have a few videos for you guys today, I hope. Several of them are going to be tags. Two of the tags, well, okay, two of the tags are tags that Katie from Books and Things. Sorry, I'm subscribed to people with sort of similar YouTube channel names, but anyway, Katie from Books and Things put up two tags recently, and one of them she tagged me in, and I was very excited about it because it's about audiobooks, and I love audiobooks. So I want to do that one, and then I want to do another one that she didn't tag me for, but it just looked really cool because it was called the musical theater book tag. So that's awesome. And then the last one is one that Kaylee from Books for MKs put up that was the bookish book tag or something like that, which sounded pretty cool. But I don't know yet if I'll post that one or not. But anyway, so I want to do those, and then for right now, I just have a sort of what I've been reading, how my month has gone, stuff like that kind of video. Unfortunately, I did not read a whole lot in April because the second half of April, the first half of April, went pretty well reading-wise, at least for me, because I don't know, the last couple months I feel like I haven't read that much. So the beginning of the month went pretty well, but then the second half of April, my friend came for a visit, which was wonderful, but because of that I didn't get much reading done, but it was totally worth it because I would much rather see him and visit than read. But unfortunately, right after he left, that's when I got sick, and I was miserable. I hardly read at all. I've hardly been reading. I have tried reading some things and I've gotten a little bit of reading done, but just not as much as I would have liked. I've been reading really little short things that don't require my attention for long periods of time. So yeah, basically, I got a lot of what I was supposed to read for Oliver Twist, read in the beginning of the month, but then kind of fell off the boat for the second half of the month. So unfortunately, I'm only, oh gosh, I don't even know how far I am. Maybe, I know I'm on chapter 22, and I don't know where that is in the book, and Katie is so far ahead of me. She's on chapter 40. So unfortunately, I'll need to catch up with that this month, since now it's officially May. But I did enjoy what I did read, and once I get a little more of my strength back, I want to keep reading, because unfortunately when I'm sick, I just have a really hard time reading physical books, but luckily I also have the audio for Oliver, so I will be able to listen to that. And then I also have listened to several short stories in the next Poirot book that I had on my list. I got Poirot's Early Cases out from the library, and I've listened to maybe 8 or so of those. Those are nice because they're so much shorter, so, you know, I was just listening for like half an hour or so every day, and I really love those because they are narrated by David Suchet. I don't know how you say his name, but anyway, he plays Hercule Poirot in the TV series, and I just really love his normal voice, and then I love, because he narrates it with his normal voice, and then he uses his Poirot Belgian accent for Poirot's voice. So it's really cool that I get to hear both in the same story. So I really like those. And then what I did after that is I've been listening to one story, then watching the then watching the BBC adaptation of that story on Netflix. So that's been a lot of fun. And then I have also been reading a bit of Anne of Green Gables recently. I picked it back up from page 87, and I'm on page 114 now, so I've read about 30 or so pages of this, and I'm hoping to finish this maybe today, I don't know. I've really been enjoying it. And then I read a little bit of Lark Rise to Candleford, or the Lark Rise portion of Lark Rise to Candleford, but not much, because sadly I don't have an audiobook for that, and as I said, when I'm sick, I just can't focus on words in books. I don't know why. It's like the written word that I have an issue with. So I only read a little bit of that, but I'm hoping once I get better to just kind of plow through that, because I have about, I want to say 8 hours of reading that left, if I did the page calculation correctly, because I can read about 20 pages an hour of it. So I think I have about 8 hours left. And then, what else? Oh, the beginning of the month, I forgot to say, the book that I did complete and finish and I totally loved was Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I got that because the movie is coming out actually next month in June, and so I wanted to make sure I'd read it before it came out. And I really loved the book, and I really loved the audiobook. They were both amazing, and it's definitely a book that I'm going to buy, I think, because I think it's a book that I will definitely want to reread. It was heartbreaking and inspiring and beautiful, and it just made me feel all the emotions, and it was the kind of book that could make me laugh while I was still crying from something that happened before. So I loved it, and I thought it was amazing, and I'm so excited for the film. A lot of people were having issues with the film because of the two, maybe not the whole cast, but a lot of people who'd read the book were upset about the main casting because they just didn't see it. But see, for me, the people who are playing the two main characters are Emilia Clarke, who is known predominantly for Game of Thrones fame. She plays Daenerys Targaryen, and she's basically been one of my favorite actresses since I started watching Game of Thrones a couple years ago. I've also seen her in Terminator, and she was really wonderful. So yeah, completely love her. And then also Sam Claflin is playing the male lead, Will Traynor, and I also really love Sam Claflin since I saw Pirates of the Caribbean 4. So yeah, I don't know, like I guess I can see how, like, when you read a book before it's cast, and then maybe the people who get cast aren't exactly the people who you pictured. But for me, I knew the cast before I read the book. Like, I basically picked up the book because of this cast list for the film. Like, I hadn't really thought about reading it, and then I saw this cast list, which also includes Brendan Coyle and Janet McTeer and Charles Dance and Matthew Lewis and Jenna Coleman, and just all of these amazing people who I really like. So because of that, that's why I picked up the book, and I personally think that Emilia Clarke, like her character that she's playing, Louisa Clarke, is actually very quirky, and from what I've seen of her interviews, she kind of seems like she could pull that off really well. And then Sam Claflin as Will Traynor, I think, will be really good because I feel like he could pull off that seriousness pretty well. Like, I haven't yet seen him in something that was that serious, but I think he can do it. So, yeah, anyway, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm starting to sound breathless because I just can't breathe through my nose right now. But anyway, so yes, that's what I read for the beginning of the month. And then I told you everything I've been reading recently and things I'm trying to catch up on. And then also I have a little bit of a haul, except a few of the things aren't, I accidentally left them downstairs, but they are X-Men Age of Apocalypse, volumes 1 through 4, which is the entire story arc for Age of Apocalypse. I'm really excited to read those because I want to read them before X-Men Apocalypse comes out, and it comes out on the 27th. I think it comes out the same day as Alice Through the Looking Glass, and I'll probably be seeing both of those on the same day because I'm very excited. So I want to read those, and then I also got Batman something detective, like the Black Detective or something like that. I don't remember the subtitle exactly, but I will probably read that one after I've read some of my other Batman comics that I still have out from the library. And then I also got Civil War, because I did not read the copy that I'd borrowed from my friend in time. So I will be reading this sometime before Saturday, because I really want to see the film on Saturday because it's coming out on Friday. I don't like seeing films opening night because I feel like they're way too crowded, unless it's something like Star Wars where I see the whole marathon first. But yeah, so I'll be seeing Captain America Civil War on Saturday, and I'll probably rewatch Captain America 1, First Avenger, and then Winter Soldier if I can get my hands on it before then as well. So excited about this. And then I also got Reader, I Married Him, stories inspired by Jane Eyre, edited by Tracy Chevalier. I first heard about this from Jen Campbell, and it sounded amazing, so I immediately asked my library if they could order it, because it wasn't on the list to be ordered. So I requested it, and luckily my library is really cool. I think I'm like pretty much the only one who ever requests things, so I don't think there's yet been a book that they haven't ordered that I've requested. Either that, or I'm just like the tipping point for like people requesting all the same books or something like that. So yeah, I was really excited about this, and I'm gonna be reading, I think, probably one of these a day starting today, because there's about 21 stories, and my library lets you have books out for 3 weeks, so it's kind of perfect. And this just sounds really cool. Like, some of these are inspired by Jane Eyre. Some of them are like set in modern day and the main character is reading Jane Eyre. Some of them are about characters in Jane Eyre, either within the timeline of the story or like as prequels or sequels. So just all kinds of really cool inspiration, and so I'm very excited to see what I think of these. And it has some really great authors too. I think the ones I'm most looking forward to reading are, of course, Tracy Chevalier, and then Emma Donoghue I'm interested in, Susan Hill, Audrey Niffenegger, and I think those are the only people I've heard of in here, but I'll be excited to maybe discover some new authors with some of the other people on this list, so really excited for this one. And then I'll also be continuing on with listening to a Poirot story. I have to listen to a few of them a day, I think, because it's due back in 5 days. So I really need to get on listening to more of those. I might renew it if I can. So yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to do over the next few days, is read Reader, I Married Him, and Civil War, and Poirot, and then also finishing Lark Rise as well as Oliver Twist are my two kind of bigger book goals for the next few days, as well as Anne. And then also, after that, my main goal will be to finish Cold Comfort Farm by Stella Gibbons, Weird Sisters by Terry Pratchett, and also read A Room of One's Own and Love's Labor's Lost, because those are two books that I really meant to read in April, but then when I got sick, things just kind of got crazy. So, yes, that's my reading that it has been and will be, and let me know if you guys have read any of these and what your thoughts were, and let me know if you want to read any of these or if you want to know more about any of this, any of these books or graphic novels or anything, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.